So the FMCSA has a rule that says any party to a brokered transaction, which is the movement of freight, has the right to see the records. And what are the records? Who was the shipper? How much did the shipper pay the broker? How much of all the different pieces of money, what accessorials got charged. And under that regulation, 371.3, it is probably, outside of broker liability, the most important thing for brokers today. Whether you're talking about TIA or you're talking about the load boards out there, this thing is incredibly important. What has traditionally happened, if you didn't have the waiver, and Adam, you're like, hey, I'd like to know how much money the shipper paid you for me to move this. I would say if I didn't have the waiver, I'd say, hey, you can come to my office in Ohio on Tuesday, and I'll give you an hour to look at them. And that's the only time you're going to be available. And if you said I can't make it there, I don't got to do anything. So the FMCSA has begun to target this thing called broker transparency. And they've done a proposed rule that essentially said, if you request records of the broker transaction, I got to produce them in 2 days in an electronic format. That went through 2 different comment periods. And ultimately, the FMCSA did not change the rule. Instead, they said in May of 2026, we'll once again have a supplemental rule, and we'll talk about broker transparency. Now, all of that is fine. That's all that's happening. But in this document is a waiver. And this is the question. If I am a broker and I have you sign this, waiving a right that you have under the federal regulations, am I able to not produce the records? And that has been what brokers have relied on. 99.999% of all broker carrier agreements have this waiver.